Hi everyone, it's Lynnea for ThermOWeb. I have a bunch of products that I'm going to be using today, and this project is inspired by another design team member. Her name is Ellen, and in just a minute, her cards that inspired this project are going to pop up on the screen. This week, the ThermOWeb team is taking a look at other designers' projects and recreating them. And so I'm going to take how she die cut layering dies from flock and kind of give it my own little spin. Now, her cards had a glitter cardstock background, but I wanted to use some Glitz glitter gel on my background. So I'm going to start by spraying the back of the Tailored Expressions Triangle Toss stencil with some pixie spray. I gave that a little bit to set, and then I'm going to put that onto a white piece of cardstock. I like to use my brayer and just push on the back of my cardstock. That way I get an even kind of pressure on there, and I'm sure that my stencil isn't going to move anywhere. I'm going to be doing a pink ombre look for this card. Ellen used some blues on one card and some greens on another, so I decided to go with pinks because that's one of my favorite colors. So I'm starting by using the Poppin' Pink Neon Glitz Glitter Gel all over this triangle toss background. I just mixed mine up. It had been a little while since I used mine, and so it kind of separated in the jar, which is totally normal. Just give it a little bit of a stir. And then I used my stencil pal to get a nice even coverage of that Glitz Glitter Gel onto my background. I'm going to slowly peel off my stencil, and check this out. Look at that nice glittery pink background. I'll set that aside, and by the time I'm done die cutting, it will be dry and I can complete this card. I'm going to be using the Birch Press Design Callan Layering die set. Now I do have actually, coincidentally, the same exact die set that Ellen used on her cards, but I didn't want to make this an exact copy. I wanted to kind of give it my own spin. So for the bottom layer, layer C, I am going to be using Poppin' Pink Neon Flock. And I'm just going to die cut this flock just like I would cardstock. So I'm taking layer C of the die set, the bottommost layer, and I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine, cutting out the flock. And you can see here how easily those pieces pop right out, just like you were cutting paper. Now for my middle layer, layer B, I decided to throw a little kind of extra bit of fun into this card, and instead of just using 3 colors of flock, I'm going to throw in some enamel. Now, enamel you can't just die cut. You do need a way to transfer this onto cardstock first. My preferred way is to use the Easy Cut adhesive sheets. So I'm going to take one of those sheets and adhere it onto a piece of white scrap cardstock. I'm just going to trim away the excess, and don't worry, I will keep even those little extra strips. I use them for if I'm using like strips of foil on a card or something, creating my own striped background. They're great for that. Once I have the Easy Cut adhesive onto my white cardstock, I'm going to go ahead and use my stubby little fingernails to peel off the backer. And now I want to just transfer the enamel onto my cardstock. The easiest way to put the enamel into the adhesive for me is to either lay the cardstock down on the table or lay the enamel down on the table like I did and just roll the adhesive into it. Now that I have that adhesive and the enamel on the cardstock, I can go ahead and take layer B and just die cut that right out. And again, I'm just die cutting it just like I would cardstock, and you're going to see how easily all these little pieces just fall right out. I die cut layer A, so the topmost die, from some pink carnation flock transfer sheets. So now I have all 3 layers complete. You can see how fun it is to have the texture from those 2 different tones of flock along with the enamel in the middle. Now I want to just easily glue these together, so I'm using my iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive, and I'm using the new pen form. This one is so much easier. I have small-ish hands, so it's nice for me to be able to control my adhesive in a smaller bottle. I'm really loving this. I'm just going to layer these together. I know that adhesive is going to adhere well even onto the flock and to the enamel, and I'm not going to have any trouble with my pieces coming apart. I will use a little bit of weight, so I have an acrylic block there, and that's going to make sure that there's enough pressure and these will adhere well. So my card is almost finished. These are going to be the main points of my card, but I did want to have a sentiment, and I thought that I would bring in some more white. There's a little bit of white in my background, so I wanted to tie that in together and make this just a monochromatic card with a bit of white. So I have the Sending Smiles die set from Simon Says Stamp, and I cut it 3 times from white cardstock, used my iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive pen to stack those together, and then for the topmost part, I die cut that from white latte flock transfer sheet. So that's going to give just a little bit of extra texture and a little bit of extra fun and kind of tie together the flock theme. I will stack all of those together so there's a bit of dimension, and then I will also use my iCraft Ultra Bond liquid adhesive pen once again to adhere that onto a piece of vellum to kind of tone down the background. It's just a shadow for the sentiment die. I will add that to the center of my card, and this is finished. I hope you've enjoyed seeing me mix and match Glitz glitter gel, Deco foil flock transfer sheets, neon enamel transfer sheets, all on this one monochromatic card. There's lots of fun color, texture. I just love it. And a huge thanks to Ellen for inspiring this project. If you want to see photos of this card, be sure to head over to the ThermOWeb blog. There will be still photos, and as well there will be links to the products I've used on this card. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I will see you again soon. Bye! Thank you again very much for watching this video. If you liked this video and you'd like to see more from me, please hit that subscribe button that is on the screen now. And here are a few other videos that I thought you might enjoy.